fallen asleep.
Chris?
You're obviously feeling a bit under the weather, so I thought I'd best let you sleep for a while.
Yeah. I think I'd better be getting home.
In your own time, old boy.
I'm so sorry, Eric.
Hey, no apologies necessary between old friends, eh?
Oh, careful. Oh, dear. I think I must still be a bit under the weather. Would you mind helping me up?
Not at all.
Oh, what's the matter with your shoulder?
It's an old wound. From my service days, gives me jip in the cold weather. Come on.
I bet you were quite a hero. Yeah. Well, I know you'd be too modest to say anything, but
Go for the door.
I expect you've had some adventures in your time.
Hey, hang on. I'll open the door. Let me just put the light on.
You ought to do something about that shoulder of yours. It looks frightfully painful.
I don't want to bother McAllister about it. I've got used to it over the years anyway.
You don't think that some sort of hair of the dog might ensure a bit of sleep for what's left of the night, do you?
I don't think that's a good idea at all, old chap.
Yeah. No, maybe you're right. I do feel a bit muzzy. I didn't behave badly, did I? I really can't remember much about it.
Alan, I have been with you all evening, and you've behaved impeccably, as always. Yeah.
Oh, good. And thanks for the company, Eric.
My pleasure.
Morning.
What do you think you're playing at?
I must have dropped off when I got back.
I've been up half the night.
I expect that was indigestion. You'll find some tablets for that in the kitchen.
Chris, we have to talk about all of this.
I have to wait. Got to go out now.
Where?
I told you. Out.
Don't you care what I feel anymore?
Kathy, everybody's been telling me for months to stop feeling sorry for myself and get on with my life. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Morning, Kath. Is Chris about?
No, he went out early.
Oh, do you know when he'll be back?
He didn't say.
Well, perhaps you'll tell him I'd like to see him. Can I give you a lift somewhere? Doc's giving me the all clear to drive again, so I must be making progress.
Pleased to hear it. I'm just going into the village. I could do with a walk.
Are you all right, Kathy?
Yeah. A few things on my mind, that's all.
Pollard. Ah, it's you. Yes, it's all ready for delivery. And I'd appreciate it if you moved it out of the county as soon as possible, eh? No problem at all. Yes, there is a respected local citizen will swear to the fact that I was with him all evening.
Oh, you're a bit early for surgery.
Is it all right if I wait?
Well, as long as you don't mind me cleaning round you.
What time does Rachel usually get here?
About now, and she's not coming in this morning.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. I'll try and slip you in to see the doctor before surgery starts.
No, I really don't want to be any trouble.
Oh, no, it's no trouble for you, Kathy. I admire the way you still use the health service like the rest of us. Not like the other Tates. They all go private.
Betty, I can come back another time.
Nonsense. Oh, you soon get to recognise the malingerers and those who really need help in my job, you know. Just whip in and have a word with him. Now, I'm expecting you all to support me, 'cause this lot couldn't organise a booze-up in a brewery. He'd be too busy supping it himself if he wasn't trying to palm off his lousy own brew. The doctor would disapprove of out that sounded like fun. And as for Frank Tate, he's the only man I know that...
Oh, don't let me interrupt you, Betty. I've never been one to stand in the way of democracy.
Well, I better get out and start looking for that dog, unless somebody got the brass for another pint.
Well, don't look at me. If I had any brass, I'd be giving it to them debt collectors.
Let's send out the search party, then.
Orange juice, Alan, please. Has Chris been in?
No, not today.
Well, tell him his dad wants to see him if you see him.
Yes.
You're right. You're terrible.
I think I've got a touch of flu.
Yeah, I used to suffer a bit like that in the old days. Better now I've gone to orange juice. It's the vitamin C, I expect.
But it can't have been the wine. Margot's never had that effect on me.
Well, you did have rather a lot, old boy. Still, it was worth it, eh? Splendid evening.
Yes, it was splendid. I just wish I could remember a bit more about it.
Hey, and that Windsor's dog.
Aye. Quick, grab it before Vic Windsor hears it.
I thought I was supposed to be finding it for him.
Use your head, lad. He'll not be very grateful if he thinks it's just outside his door. Go and grab it, and then I'll take it to caravan and hide it.
Yeah, then we can pick it up later and tell him we've been searching for it all afternoon.
And he'll be that grateful, he'll give us a few bottles from his off-licence department.
Well, go on then, catch it. You've got youngest legs.
Come here, come see. Well, get after it!
This is not going to be as easy as we first thought.
Do you want a drink?
No, thanks. I'd rather you just got on with it. You're obviously going to bawl me out about something.
No, I think we've had enough rows over the last few years. And they don't seem to have got us very far. I just want to understand what's going on. Look, I know it hasn't been easy for you and Kathy since the crash. You both had to come to terms with the way it's turned out. But I'd always hoped that it would bring you closer together.
And you finally realised it didn't.
A lot of marriages go through a bad patch. Me and Kim know that more than anybody. But we also know that if you're prepared to work at it, it's never too late to put things right.
That rather depends on whether you want to, doesn't it?
You'd be a fool to lose Kathy. She's 1 in a million. You can't pretend she hasn't stood by you.
Oh, I don't. I just ask myself why. Because I know she isn't as butter wouldn't melt in her mouth perfect as you all like to think. And she never loved me anyway.
At least she's tried to make things work between you.
Dad, I do not need another lecture. You don't know anything about what Kathy or my marriage are like.
Maybe I know more than you think.
Have you been spying on me?
I came round to the cottage a couple of weeks ago. Heard you upstairs. Who is she? Someone from the village? Someone I know?
None of your business.
I'm not just thinking about Kathy. I'm thinking about you. I can't just stand by and watch you throw everything away because of a one-night stand that's not going to go anywhere.
It's not like that, Dad. I've been lucky enough to find someone who treats me as a person instead of an idiot in a wheelchair.
And will she stand by you when things get rough? You're kidding yourself, son. It's not like that. A lot of people are going to get hurt, Chris, including you. I just want you to stop and think whether it's worth it before it's too late. He wouldn't listen. I just couldn't get through to him at all.
Well, we should have expected that. Every time you ask Chris to do something, seems he does the complete opposite.
So what do? Back off and hope it all fizzes out before Kathy finds out?
Don't have much choice. Unless you think we should tell her ourselves.
No, I can't do that to Kathy. Maybe this other woman will get bored with him, whoever she is.
He wouldn't tell you that either.
I always hoped that I'd get closer to my kids as we got older. we seem to get further away. I can't get through to Chris, and I never know what Zoe's doing half the time.
She's back this afternoon, and I expect she'll tell you all her news. And if she doesn't, there's no point fretting about it. You're supposed to be taking things easy. So just try and relax and concentrate on getting better.
Yes, Doctor.
Right, well, I think I've got everything organised for the lunch today. So you just sit back and enjoy a good meal and some pleasant conversation.
With that hunt lot, I don't even speak the same language.
That's why I invited Bernard and Angharad. You can talk to them and I'll deal with the hunt crowd.
You're welcome.
Frank, you will be polite to them, won't you? They're useful for business, here and at the stables.
Yeah, I suppose I can take a few hours of hunting and shooting. If I know it's just to relieve them of their money.
Is that you, Kathy?
Expecting someone else.
No, I just wondered where you were when I got up. First would like to marry Celeste.
You don't tell me what you're up to, so why should I tell you?
Oh, you don't have to when you leave clues around like that. Enjoy the ride?
Yes, very much, thank you. I gave Shadow some hay afterwards. It's nice to have breakfast with someone with better manners.
Well, perhaps you can buy me a nose bag for Christmas. I could start practicing now.
I wouldn't waste my money.
I expect he's better over the jumps than me, too.
Hello, Mill Cottage. Hello? Hung up on me.
Decisions that have to be made between us.
All we really need is someone to make up the numbers.
And quick. If we get left with Betty, we'll never get a word in edgeways.
There must be somebody more suitable.
We're going to have to make another short list. Who's got the first suggestion?
Morning, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt you. I was wondering if you'd mind if I put this notice up in the bar, Mr. Turner. Only I thought it was time people were asked what they wanted in their village this Christmas, or perhaps that's too democratic for you. I'm hoping I'll be on the committee in time to discuss with you all the ideas we get through this.
Well, you don't want to be bothered about that, Betty. With your wedding coming up, I'm sure you and Seth have got more important things to do.
It hasn't stopped, Frank, has it? Mind you, you have just given me an idea.
What sort of an idea?
Well, seeing as we'll both be on the committee by then, why don't we have a joint wedding?
What?
Home Farm would be a much better place to hold a reception than our caravan. And it would mean the other committee members wouldn't have to choose which wedding to come to. Oh, better check with Kim what she'll be wearing. I wouldn't want us to clash.
Tell me she was joking, please.
It's hard to tell with Betty.
Oh, thanks a lot. I thought the situation couldn't get any worse. You've just proved me wrong.
You going out this morning? It's all right. I don't want to know where you're going or who you're seeing.
No, I was just going to have a quiet morning in.
Good. And perhaps you can spare a few minutes to talk to your wife for a change. Or do I have to fix an appointment? Maybe I should ask Rachel. She's good with appointments, isn't she?
Kathy, there is obviously something on your mind. So why don't you spit it out?
I saw you and Rachel together at the fireworks party.
Full marks for observation.
You were kissing her at the time.
Was I?
Are you two having an affair?
The answer to your question is yes. Can I get back to my computer now?
Don't you dare treat me like that!
Sorry, I thought you'd finished.
I've hardly started. This marriage may not mean anything to you, but we're going to sort out what's to be done about it. I'm not going on like this anymore.
I don't know why you're pretending to be so shocked. You were having your affair with Josh this time last year.
The situation was totally different.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. After all, my relationship with Rachel is based on more than just sex.
You'll never know how much I loved him. We planned to go away. But I gave all of that up to look after you.
Well, there's no point being sore at me because you made a mistake.
You begged me to stay, remember?
Yeah, wish I hadn't. We wouldn't have had to pretend to make this sham of a marriage work.
How can you throw back everything I've done for you in my face, Chris? You don't give a damn how much you've humiliated me. Anyone could have seen you and Rachel at that party. How do you think that makes me feel?
Like you said, I don't give a damn. That's the difference between us, Kathy. You see, I don't care what other people think about me.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
You didn't stay in this marriage for me. You did it for you. You love all the sympathy you get from everyone. Saint Kathy, struggling to cope with that swine of a husband, Chris. I tell you what, maybe, just maybe you can get the committee to put up a plaque in your honour. That can't be good for your image.
I hate you.
Yeah. But you'll be pleased to hear, unlike you, I won't have any qualms about leaving here when I'm ready. There's nothing to keep me here.
Oh, we're not too early, are we?
Nope, bang on time. Kim's taken some of the others around to the stables. She's hoping to get a livery contract out of them. They'll be back in a minute.
I have to go back to school this afternoon, so I must be gone by 2. I hope nobody thinks I'm being rude.
From what I remember of that hunt lot, they won't even notice. Other people are only there to fill in the gaps in their conversation.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of them, Frank.
I'm pledged to be on my best behaviour and to steer clear of controversial subjects.
Might not be a bad idea if we did the same thing.
The trouble is, I'm not sure what it's safe to talk about.
No, talking about a daughter who's virulently anti-blood sports, that might be a mistake. Frank, you know that Harrod's very keen to join the hunt.
Ah, then you should talk to Sir Tom. He's the new master of hounds.
What's he like?
Just given up being a magistrate last time I saw him. I think he was disappointed he couldn't hang people for dropping litter.
Bernard Angharad, glad you could make it. May I introduce Sir Thomas Weir, Bernard Angharad McAllister.
Very pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
I'm sorry to hear about the ticker, old man. That's bad luck.
Thanks. Getting better all the time.
Can't keep a good man down, eh?
Learning to count my blessings. After all, they shoot horses, don't they?
That's the spirit. You're the local medic, then?
Guilty.
Do you ride?
No, I'm afraid not.
I was quite impressed with your setup, Kim. I'm considering sending you a few horses.
Oh, more the merrier.
I had a couple stolen last year. I hope your security's good up there.
The whole heritage farm is patrolled nightly by a local firm.
One can't be too careful these days. It's a dreadful business, that raid up at Lord Browdale's place, eh?
£1,000,000 worth. I just hope he's well insured.
Well, there's some things money can't replace, like old Rasputin.
Oh?
What they took. I had him from a foal. There'll never be another like him.
My wife's become very interested in riding since we've been up here.
Well, I've just started, really, but I'm enjoying it.
She's going to be an excellent rider.
Do you hunt?
Not yet, but I'd certainly like to try.
Splendid. We could do with some new subscribers.
Membership down?
We lost a lot when Kincaid was in charge. That fellow was a complete idiot.
Yes, that's what I thought. Not a man to be trusted, either.
Yes, you always were a good judge of horseflesh, Tate. Still, we're all well rid of him now.
Here.
Well, I'm sure things will be much better now you're in charge.
Well, I hope so. The trouble now is these damn saboteurs.
There are a lot of local feeling against the hunt?
Not a jot. No, they're just the sort of people who protest about everything. Rent a mob, you know, load of long-haired lefties in sandals. Personally, I'd shoot the lot of them.
Well, that's a bit drastic, isn't it?
Well, just my little joke, Doctor. No, you're not actually allowed to do that sort of thing in the realms of Her Britannic Majesty.
They are a darn nuisance, though.
So how do you cope with them?
We've been changing the venue of the meet at the last minute, so the idiots turn up to the wrong place. Probably have to do it again for the next one. They seem to be getting wind of our plans.
Then why don't you hold it here? The hunt hasn't met at Home Farm for far too long.
What a splendid idea. Yes, thank you very much.
Frank and I would be delighted to have you. Wouldn't we, Frank?
Yeah. Great. What did you invite the Hunt here for? That's about the last thing we need.
I thought you'd be pleased. You and Sir Thomas seem to be getting on so well.
Eh?
At least when the subject of Neil Kincaid came up.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist it.
Yes, well, for your penance, you can be a good host when the Hunt comes. Good for business, anyway.
Okay. Fashionably late. Who is she?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you'd invited her.
Perhaps she's gone to the wrong party.
I must be getting back to school now, but I want to thank you for a lovely lunch.
Pleasure.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise there was a party going on. I've come to see Zoe Tate.
Well, I'm afraid she's not here at the moment. Was she expecting?
Not really. I wanted it to be a surprise. Would it be all right if I wait?
I'm not sure how long she's going to be.
I've come a very long way, and it's really very important I see her.
I'm Zoe's dad. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, I'm afraid it's something I can only discuss with her.
I see. Well, look, why don't you help yourself to food and drink while you're waiting?
I don't want to impose. Bye, friend. Thank you.
Something wrong?
Come to see Zoe. I told her I didn't know how long she was going to be, but she insisted on waiting.
So?
Needs to talk to her about something important and private. Sounds to me like she could be a close friend.
You mean that sort of friend?
Thanks ever so much for inviting us. We really did enjoy it.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Oh, by the way, Frank, I think I have had a brainwave about the Betty problem.
You're not still worrying about that, are you?
Maybe you should be, too. She's planning a double wedding, you know? Her and Seth, you and me.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I can't help you with that. But what I was thinking, what about Viv Windsor as a candidate for the committee?
Viv? Well, I can't see her coming up with many ideas.
Exactly. Just what we're looking for.
You are a devious man, Doctor.
Oh, hello there. Have I missed it all?
Yeah, your timing was perfect.
It was a great lunch. Thanks once again, eh?
Bye.
There is one guest still here. She came calling for you in the sitting room. Well, I'll ask the caterers not to clear in here till later. Then you won't be disturbed. Just give me a shout if you need anything.
Dare you? You deserve it. For what? You know. Who are you? What are you doing here? You thought I didn't know where you were, didn't you? You thought I'd never find out. Find out what? Are you crazy? You're not getting away with this. I'm not. Getting away with what? You're the one that's walked into my father's house and assaulted me. What do you think you've done to me? How do you think it feels? I don't even know who you are, don't you realise? You would say that. You're crazy. You've got to be. You've got to get out of here. Oh, no, you don't. Not before we've talked. What's there to talk about? Martin. And you.
Are Zoe and her friend still in there?
As far as I know.
What's going on?
I don't know. But I'd say whatever it is, it's very private.
Yes, and very urgent from the way that woman was behaving.
We weren't exactly introduced.
I'm surprised she came here. Zoe keeps her private life very private.
I don't think the visit was expected, or that Zoe was very pleased about it.
Lover's tiff?
Let's hope they sort it out.
This is between you and Martin. It has got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with you. You're the one he's been spending weekends with. You're the one he's been going to meet. Why not? I'm a free agent. You might be, but he's not. I'm his wife. That still does not give you the right to walk into my home. I've got to do something, haven't I? Then talk to him, not me. It is between the two of you. He won't talk. He doesn't want to know. Well, you can't blame me for that. I blame you for breaking up my marriage. I blame you for seducing him. I did no such thing. Oh, yes, you did. I might have known you'd deny it.
I'm denying nothing. There is nothing to deny. For heaven's sake, you can't blame me. I didn't even know he was married.
When was Zoe and her friend going to be in there?
Who knows?
Are they quarrelling or making up?
I don't know. I don't even know which I'm hoping for.
How do you mean?
I'm not sure I want my only daughter involved with another woman.
I thought you didn't mind.
In front of Zoe, I don't. I have to support her, but I have to admit it's not what I planned. Isn't it every father's dream to escort his daughter down the aisle on her wedding day?
You've been good about it.
We Tates don't seem to be very good at marriage, do we? Look at Chris and Kathy.
Well, you can hardly blame yourself for that. And you and I are going to have a second chance.
Come on. Come on, Alan. I can't face going into work tonight. I can't face anyone, not when you're making such a fool of me. You and Rachel Hughes. We've got to talk, Chris.
Have we?
You know we have. What are we going to do? How are we going to sort this out?
Isn't it a bit late to be asked?
Alan! Alan? Oh, hello, Kathy. Can't seem to raise Alan.
He's not answering the phone.
Probably nursing the mother of a hangover again.
Things have been difficult for him recently, Eric.
Yes, well, he needs all the support his friends can give him.
Look, will you just tell him I won't be coming into work today?
Are you all right?
Yes, why not? Just tell him, will you?
What's the matter with Kathy?
Are you sure we want a big do?
I certainly am. I want the whole wide world to know that I've got you at last. Somebody's in, Ori.
Kathy? What's the matter?
It's Chris.
Well, look, we can't talk here. Would you like to come back to the surgery?
Can't.
Why not?
I can't explain right now. I'm not eating, I'm not sleeping. Is there something you can give me to help?
Kathy, a pill is not the answer. I've told you before, you need to talk this out. You need to talk to somebody.
I'm going to talk to you. You're the only person I can talk to, the only person I can trust.
Of course. I've told you before.
Can we go somewhere now? Somewhere quiet.
Yes, of course we can. Come on, get in the car.
If you're not going to be reasonable, there is no point in us talking about this anymore.
You don't get out of it that easily.
Don't I?
I'm sorry, is anything the matter?
Well, go on then, tell them.
Tell us what?
Do you know what kind of a woman your precious daughter is?
This has got nothing to do with Dad.
It has now.
So, this is the nerve centre of the Emmerdale project.
Well, once we get it all going, no doubt, it's just a matter of putting it all together, you see. I'm sure we'll be making gallons of the stuff then.
But you haven't even got it going yet, old boy.
Well, no, I haven't really started yet. I'm just waiting for the right moment. And you know what it's like when you get a project of this size. There are never enough hours in the day. There's no hurry, really, is there?
I have to say there is, actually, Alan. How can I make back my investment with this little lot sitting idly in your cellar?
I'm sorry, Eric. I'd never really seen it from that point of view before.
I'm not just saying for myself, but this is a project that could be highly lucrative for both of us. Who knows where it could lead? We could be supplying the whole county with beer within a matter of months.
Do you really think so?
Of course. The concept of Emmerdale is an absolute winner. Just look at Seth. He couldn't get enough of the stuff. And there is a man who knows his bitter.
Well, there's no harm in trying. Emmerdale. Yes, it does have a sort of ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just wait for the ring of the till as you pull the pints. Trust me.
I'm sorry about this. I'm not surprised you don't want him to know what you've done.
Look, I know all about my daughter's sexuality.
No, Dad, it's complicated.
All relationships have problems.
Well, ours didn't. Not till she came along.
What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't want to get into this.
You mean you were involved with somebody else?
Involved with? Married to?
So you are married?
Yes, I am. And I thought I was happy till she came along.
And then you two got together?
No, not me and her. My stupid husband.
What's your husband got to do?
Nothing. It's all in her head. They're having an affair. Her and Martin. She's broken up my home.
Please, don't make any for me.
Don't worry, I haven't.
I'm going out.
When? Who with?
Don't you know?
Not Rachel. You are not going out with her in public.
Well, why not? She's attractive, she's intelligent, and she enjoys my company.
People will know. People will talk. Haven't you got any pride?
Did you? When you're going to leave me for Josh?
At least I didn't humiliate you.
Only because a big aeroplane fell from the sky and stopped you. Nothing's going to stop me.
We'll see about that. Don't expect me to be here when she comes. Don't expect anything from me. How can you do this, Chris?
Things are looking up. Eric, old boy. Hi, Tom. Hi, it's Eric. Time for the big move, old boy. Yes, well, the sooner I get it off my hands, the better as far as I'm concerned. Right. Money. Hey, just wait a minute. 150,000 is what we agreed upon. Right. Yes, I thought that's what you said. Fine.
Kathy? Kathy?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't know where to go.
You could have gone in. Kim's there.
I didn't know what to say.
Whatever it is, you're doing yourself no good sitting out here.
I can't go home.
Is it Chris?
It's somebody else.
I was afraid this was
After all what I've done for him.
It might blow over. These things do.
No, I don't think so.
Wouldn't we do better going inside the house?
I don't want anyone to know. I don't want to talk about it.
It's not the first time this sort of thing has happened.
No, it's not. Just look at that business with Lynn Whiteley's husband.
What's Lynn Whiteley got to do with Chris?
Not with Chris, with Rachel. Didn't you know? The woman your son's having an affair with is Rachel Hughes.
Hi.
Tea?
On its way. You look shattered.
Yeah, I've been on my own. Kathy didn't turn up for work. She didn't have to explain why.
No. What the hell does Chris think he's playing at? Messing about with Rachel Hughes.
It's a bit close to home, isn't it?
It's not fair on Kathy. Not after all she's done for him.
Oh, I suppose you can understand him wanting to take a chance if he's offered it. He's still a young man, Frank. Unfortunately, disabled in the prime of his life.
That's hardly Kathy's fault, is it?
Well, not having anybody to blame doesn't make it any easier.
No, I suppose not.
Trouble is, Kathy's been more of a mother than a wife. No wonder he found the attentions of an attractive woman like Rachel pretty irresistible.
She should have left him alone.
It's too much to ask with her track record. Remember her and Pete Whiteley?
Chris is going to be like putty in her hands.
He's old enough to sort himself out, Frank. There's not a lot you can do about it.
Except support Cassie and help Chris when he gets hurt.
You think he will be?
Of course he will. Rachel Hughes will drop him like a hot brick when the novelty wears off.
Mayor,
How are you going to get your pension then?
I am not supporting my flaming rival.
Why? Viv Windsor.
Too true. Why they put her on that committee instead of me, I do not know.
But getting your pensions, not supporting her, is taking money off her.
All right. So long as we don't buy anything when we're in there.
Do I ever?
What do you think?
It's good.
You put it in the window.
I don't see why not.
I'll make another one and see if Mr. Turner will put it in the wall pack. You give her a walk, won't you, Dad?
I didn't even like the dog.
Have you seen my dog?
Got lost yesterday.
Escaped more like. Jumped out at Kelly.
Frightened her to death.
If you've got a dog, you're supposed to control it, especially in country.
Making plans, are you?
What for?
Your wedding, it's not long now, is it?
Weeks.
Have you got a wedding present list?
Not as such.
Oh, you better be making one then. It's no good leaving it to chance and ending up with half a dozen toasters, is it?
How about tablecloth? They're always useful.
I've always fancied a lace one. I like to see a nice table.
Consider it done.
Oh, well, consider yourself invited to a wedding. The more the merrier.
Well, it's coming on. Of course it is. It's an absolute winner. And think of the profit margin. Why put money in the brewer's pocket when you can put it in your own?
Well, I could do with some money in my own pocket.
How?
Yes, I haven't been doing too well with the horses lately. Why do I always back the wrong horse?
Luck, because it's not running your way. But you got to keep at it. You can't give up.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you can't give up when you're losing, because then you become a loser. The knack is to carry on until your luck changes.
Yes, or until you run out of money.
I'll always help you out if you're still financially embarrassed.
Oh, no, Eric, I couldn't let you do that. I owe you too much as it is.
It's the way it goes. My luck's in at the moment, yours is out, so it's up to me to lend a hand. There's a race meeting this afternoon, isn't there?
Well, yes, there is, actually.
Well, take yourself along there and try your luck. I'll give you a few bob to prime the pump, as it were.
No, Eric, I couldn't.
200? 500? Just got to say the word.
Well, then if you're sure.
Let's say 500, eh? And give it back when you got a winner.
Where did you say Chris was?
Physiotherapy.
Oh, it'll do him good to get out.
And me.
You all right?
How can I be all right with what's going on?
What is going on?
What's the matter, love?
Nothing.
Hey, come on, you can't fool me. What is it?
Chris.
Well, what's new?
Rachel Hughes, that's what's new.
What about Rachel?
What's she got to do with Chris?
What do you think? What do men and women usually get up to?
You mean an affair?
What?
Chris in the state he's in?
Mum, there are ways and means.
I can't believe he's doing this to you.
No, nor can I. And after you've been so good to him.
God, do you think that makes any difference when someone new comes along? He doesn't even seem to feel guilty.
Well, leave him. He'll soon feel something then, all right?
How can I, Nick? He needs someone to look after him.
Oh, come on, Kathy. Can't have it both ways.
But let Rachel look after him. Come up to the nursery and stay with us.
Nick's right, love. God, he wants jam on it. He's got you here, Rachel if he feels like a bit of fun, and you're making it easier for him, love. Make him face reality. It might bring him to his senses.
I suppose you're right.
Go and get your suitcases. We'll help you pack.
Coming for a drink?
I've got work to do. Have to send some samples off to the lab.
We're on business too. We're going to see if Alan Turner can quote us for catering for our wedding.
Oh, it's not long now, is it? Have you got a list?
Oh, no, not like that.
Well, how about some wine glasses then? And a tankard for you?
No need to bother.
Oh, very acceptable. Thanks very much. You'll be getting your invitation soon.
Lovely.
Why do you keep doing that?
Doing what?
Asking everybody to a wedding. It's going to be expensive enough as it is when on us beam ends.
Yeah, well, you have it to do. You've got to be friendly.
Not if it costs money.
Hello. Hi. Kathy's coming to stay for a few days.
That's all right.
You know why?
Yeah. Of course it's all right. We know you're not responsible for what Chris has done.
Of course he isn't. Chris has grown up.
What a pity he hasn't stopped him from being a first-class idiot.
It'll all sort itself out.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
If there's anything we can do, just let us know.
No, I don't think so. It's down to Chris now. We'll see if he misses me.
I'm sure he will. Let's hope so, eh?
What was that? A mangy dog. Should be on the lead.
Have you seen my dog?
Best, you mean? Black and white, in need of a bath.
That's right.
Yeah, it went that way.
Great. They've seen my dog. He's gone down there.
Be careful.
Donna, don't move. Stay back. Donna, keep still.
You never do it.
Biff, get my bag from the car.
She'll be asleep for hours.
She was terrified. She fainted.
Did the dog actually bite her?
No, I don't think so.
Let's have a look.
Well done, love. That was quick thinking.
It's all part of the job. Let's get him in the car. I'll take him to the surgery.
What's going to happen to it?
I'll let him sleep it off, and then, depends what caused all this.
Luke.
Hello. Hey, you've had a bit of a shock. I think we better get her inside. Try and keep her warm.
Oh, I don't.
Right, I'll be over and look her over properly.
Come on, love.
Zoe, can you let me know what you find out?
Will do.
There you.
Gotcha.
What we all need now is a nice cup of tea.
I think we could do with something stronger.
Looks like we're back in business. Better get back behind the bar. Come on.
Oh, I hope that little girl's going to be all right.
Kids are pretty resilient. In a way, excitement is good for business.
Anybody would think we're your business.
I said to Alan I'd keep an eye on the place while skipping the races. Yes, can I help you?
I'll let me use well.
And I'll have a brandy to steady me nerves. Oh, you look as though you could do with one and all, love.
She's underage.
No, it's all right. An orange juice will do. It was awful seeing that poor little dog go mad like that.
That thing Matt's putting down. Nobody loves dogs more than me, but when one of them gets like that, there's no curing it. Zoe saved that kid's life.
Yeah, and Luke helped. Snatching her out the way like that. Oh, my hero.
Anybody would have done it.
Yeah, but you were the one that did.
You ready to talk business yet?
She's still thinking about it.
The clock's ticking away. You've still got bills from the concert. Musicians, technicians, equipment. They'll not wait forever.
I wish I'd never got mixed up with you.
You play with fire, you get your fingers burnt. If you go into business, you have to know what you're doing, otherwise, trouble.
Looks like you got competition with the lovely Linda. Huh. We'll soon see about that.
Yeah, and what about Dolores?
Oh, she doesn't know yet.
Hiya. Hi. Have you heard how Donna is? Oh, she's a bit shocked, but she's not hurt. I used to think life in the country would be quiet.
No way. Hey, is it true that Kim Tate's hosting a meeting of the Hunt next week?
How should I know?
You work for her, don't you?
Yeah, and I want to carry on working for her.
Yeah, well, if it's true, it's horrible.
Country life.
There's going to be a hunt at Home Farm next week.
So? Look, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, you should have done.
We should do something to stop it. I know some people who'll help.
Yeah, well, I'll help.
Yeah, you can count me out, and me.
But it's cruel.
It's what happens.
What, do you mean you won't help?
No, and I hope you won't get involved either. I don't want to go hunting, but if other people do, it's their business. I've got my job to think about. If I play my cards right, I could have a real future in Kim Tate's business, and there's no way I want to muck that up.
Do you know how much the people who hunt spend on horses? I want some of it to come my way.
I'm sure it will.
And that's just for starters. They're bound to have friends who shoot, business contacts that want to do some corporate entertaining up at the Heritage Farm. I'll show them a good day out when they meet here and claim it against tax.
Do you never stop?
You didn't when you were my age, did you? That's how you got where you are.
Yes, but your priorities change. I regret some of the sacrifices I made, especially the family.
Well, there's plenty of time for that.
You have. But have I.
Hello, boy.
Everything all right?
Yes. Missed a bit of fun. Windsor's dog went a bit nasty.
Oh.
Oh, no harm done. Personally, I think it should be put down.
Good of you to stand in for me, Eric.
How was your day at the races?
Well, not one of my lucky ones. I lost everything you lent me and a bit more besides.
Oh. No, don't worry about it.
I'm already in your debt.
Oh, come on, let's not talk about debt, eh? I am your friend. Just call it an extended loan. Your ship will come in.
Well, that's what I was hoping.
Oh, come on, you haven't anything to worry about, have you? You've got a thriving little business in there. And another one bubbling away in the cellar down below. Now, how many publicans do you know sell their own brand ale, eh?
Yes. Yes, you're right. The tide'll turn.
Of course it will. And anyway, it's all recorded here. It's all above board. I am your business partner, after all.
And you're a very good friend, Eric.
My pleasure. Don't you think you should be opening up? Huh? Yeah.
Quite a little heroine. People are saying that you saved Donna Windsor's life.
I wouldn't put it like that.
They said that that dog was mad. What would cause that? Rabies?
No, it's what people are afraid of, but it's not come to this country. Anyway, we should find out soon. Just send a sample to the lab.
Oh,
Hi.
proper little hero, this one.
I know, she's the talk of the village.
And I'm not taking no for an answer this time. I'm going to buy you that drink you deserve.
All right, Seth. I could probably do with it.
See you.
See ya.
Help me. I'm looking for Home Farm.
What, the Tate's place?
That's right. It's Zoe Tate that I'm looking for.
Oh, you need to turn your car around, go up the road, over the bridge, and then first left.
Thanks.
If it's Zoe you want, she's not there. I've just seen her go in the Woolpack.
All right. Thanks. Well, no time like the present.
Who's that? Search me.
It is a first. Never thought I'd see the day when you buy me a drink, sir.
It's not every day you see somebody save a kid's life.
Anyone would have done it.
And if we ever have trouble with wild animals again, we know where to come.
I hear you were very brave, my dear. Congratulations.
I've got to go.
Something wrong?
Can I go out the back?
Zoe,
Not you two.
what do you mean?
Your wife's been. She's been up to my house.
No, she found out about us.
Found out what? There is nothing to find out.
I've got all my things in the back of the car. But I couldn't stand it any longer. I've left her, Zoe.